Alrighty, traders, this is Blake Morrow. You are listening to the Daily Roundup. I hope everybody's having a great trading session. Again, if you have served in the military, no matter where you live, happy Veterans Day. All right, let's talk a little bit about what the Euro's done today. It's been fairly slow, but I've got to make a few observations. So stock market futures continue to grind higher. Remember, the bond market is closed. So the stock market, in my opinion, is getting up to what I would consider probably pretty key resistance around the 3,600 level is what I'm thinking. Okay. So you guys know that I do think that the 3,600 level is going to be resistance. If you look at just from a Fibonacci standpoint, it's going to be around the 50% retracement. And remember, that was like the false breakout area. So I think that could be tested today. And remember, that's about another 23 points from where we're at right now, roughly. So think about that with what you're doing. I mean, you know, if you're playing, let's say, risk off, what is risk off? Like, let's say buying the dollar Mexican peso, right? Which has actually held up very well today. For those of, you know, some of you guys know that I'm long. And I've already taken some profits off already, but you know, it's starting to come down just a little bit. If we have another 20 S&P points to go, the dollar Mexican peso could probably get back down to like 2050, right? Before bouncing again. But it is holding up well despite the rally that we're seeing in equities. Same with the dollar Canadian. Dollar Canadian's holding up pretty well right now too. Could the dollar Canadian come back down to like, you know, 130.30, 130.40? You bet. Especially if the stock market continues to grind higher. But that's what I'm thinking for right now, because these two particular currencies, the dollar Canadian and the dollar Mexican peso, are both holding up pretty well. The euro's come off a little bit. We've come back down to the 50% retracement. I want to make an observation about the euro dollar. Okay, there's a couple things that are really moving today. One of them is gold. Gold sold off pretty aggressively towards support. Now, you guys know that if we break 1838 right here, I'm very bearish gold, and then I'm going to be instantly bullish the dollar. Right, that's number one, and I think that is a risk in the next 24 hours. Okay, but there's something else that's moving today. What do you guys notice that is moving quite aggressively right now today? Any ideas? Can you guys can go in the chat and just tell me what you think. While you're doing that, I'm going to eat a peanut because that's my snack right now. What are you guys saying? Is there anything else that's moving? Somebody's in the Q&A. I said chat, but Q&A, whatever. Martin says tech stocks. Carlos said peso. We already talked about the peso. What else? Simon said cable. You're not using the right thing, Simon. VIX, crypto, dollar. Damn, you guys all off today. Just kidding. Those are all things that are moving too. How about the lira? The lira. Now, do you know why this is a big deal? Because the lira has moved. Let's just think about this for a second. We have moved 10% in 2 days. 10% is a big move. Big move, right? Now, one of the guys in my office was like, dude, the lira move, we've got to pay attention to it, because if this continues to move, it's going to start to impact currencies like the euro. Most of the lira positions are not US dollar TRY. It's euro Turkish lira, you know, TRY, JPY, you know. Well, if we continue to see these big moves in the lira, then you guys have to really start to think how it's going to affect other currencies. And what is going to happen, what could happen, I'm not saying it's going to happen, what could happen is if the Turkish lira continues to strengthen like we've seen it. Most of us are already looking at it going, okay, it's done now, near term, right? It's got an AB equals CD move completed as of right now. I know some of you are going to be like buying US dollar Turkish lira because I'm putting that down. I'm not trading it, but I am watching it, because if we get a bounce like this and then we start another leg lower, that strength of the Turkish lira could lead to like weakness in the euro. All right. So just keep an eye on the lira. I think if it continues to, with this volatile path and continuing to gain strength, you might see some of the other currencies respond a little bit. Okay. So just, it's something that should be on our radar, especially with the bond market closed, but something I'm thinking about because we were just having this discussion in the office. For right now, guys, it's fairly quiet. I'm watching gold very carefully at the support. I do think that the euro is going to bounce here. That's why I was playing the euro sterling long for those of you that were in the chat room. I was picking it up in the 70s down here, and I already spun out of it. But by the way, I do, and you guys actually should have got the update. This is big support. Look at the euro pound. Resistance, resistance, support, 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 support. Right, huge support down there. You guys should have got that update via ForexAnalytix, right? Right here. You guys that got that update when we were trading at 88.74. So that I think is pretty big support. And you guys got to think about that too, because if we break below that, what's the sterling going to do? I think there's a lot of flow that goes through the euro sterling pair. Okay. So anyway, anything else that I'm really paying attention to? That's really it, guys. It's for me, I'm trying to, I sold a little bit of dollar Canadian from my core position. If you guys remember, I was buying down here a couple of days ago. I took a little bit of my dollar Mexican peso off. I am looking to add both of those back. So if we could get a dip into tonight, I'm going to try to add back to those positions on the long side. Okay. All right. Guys, I want to thank you all for your continued support. You guys are awesome, and you're awesome sauce. And I will see you tomorrow morning on the Face webinar. And happy Veterans Day for those of you that have served. Once again, we appreciate you. Thanks.